All right, we're going to talk to everybody a little bit about a very big commitment that Smith Metalworks and the Smith family made to the future Youth Demolition Derby and Demolition Derby in general. So hopefully my voice hangs in here. This is a short presentation. We constructed a track about a year plus or so, which you can see in the background there. And this is on a piece of property behind our residence. We have about, I think it's 7 or 8 acres we decided to develop into a youth derby camp. All over this country, you know, if you compete in sports, whether it be football, wrestling, band, rodeo, about anything, you can go to a youth camp to help develop your skills, get more exposed to the sport that you want to participate in. But nothing's available for Demolition Derby. The only thing that we have available for young people in Demolition Derby is waiting for you to get into a youth class, which has been great. So what we want to do is, this camp overview gives you basically a real quick screenshot of what we're doing. Number one, we have a track, we got lodging, we got education, we got values, okay? This is a faith-based program we put together, which more or less our mission statement is helping kids make the right choices on and off the track, okay? What this is going to do is it's going to give you some of the ideals. As you start growing as a young adult or young person, you're always going to be in a position where you got to make a decision, whether it's in life, on the track, or some other situation. And we're going to try to equip you the best we can with a head start for all that. And plus, you get about 10 hours of seat time in a derby car, which would be the equivalent of most kids having to run about 20 demolition derbies. So we're going to fast forward the program to help you guys get a serious advantage for Youth Demolition Derby. So there's 3 parts to this camp. The first part is we give you on the registration form, which we have here, and we also, this will be available online to register, and you can also contact us. We can email you the information. But the young man or young woman who wants to participate in this, you can pick a pre-vocational preview of your area of choice, whether it be CNC machining, drafting, engineering, welding, and fabrication, all right? Which gives you a glimpse of a preview where we bring you here for the first half of the first day to the shop in the area that you chose. We give you a little bit of classroom curriculum, and then we give you the opportunity to actually participate with some hands-on stuff in that field. That way when you go home, you got an idea what this stuff's all about when you got to get out of bed someday and go to work. All right? So after that, we take you back, and the remainder of that day, we teach you one of a 3-part curriculum that we put together on driving. The first part is safety and awareness, because none of you young people have had enough experience in a car, or any at all, to really understand what that means on the track, whether it's learning how to stop when you're supposed to stop, knowing when there's a red flag, knowing if you actually see trouble on the track before the officials, etc. So it starts with a walk around, getting aware with your car, making sure that there's some basic things you look at on your vehicle before you go compete, and also how to operate on the track during the competition time. And it's a little bit of a head start to help keep you a little safer and keep your fellow drivers a little safer. Number 2, on day 2, we'll teach you control of the car that you'll be in. We have 6 house cars that we'll have at the camp. 2 compacts, 4 full size. This will be one of the house cars right here, okay? We have another full size Ford that's got an LS Jeffy's Fab Farm power unit. So these are going to be no slouch cars. The 2 compacts out here were built by very competitive winning compact drivers. Steven Sickles built a Honda, and I believe Jeffy's Fab Farm had one of his top customers build a Camry. So not only do we teach you how to drive, when you look at our folder, which before you leave, if you can get a copy of our little pamphlet, we try to teach you how to win. And here's the good part. Every kid that's participated with us on a private level before we had this camp available has went home with a trophy. Fact. That's a good thing. right? So with that, you get a pre-vocational preview on some really cool CNC machines, maybe some welding equipment. You get to learn the most important thing that we want to introduce to everybody is this is a faith-based program. So what you're going to learn about, and we're not here to tell you how to live at home or whatever you're exposed to, but while you're here, we're going to expose you to basically some of our religious beliefs. There'll be a morning devotional time right after breakfast. I was against feeding you guys every day, but my wife thought it was a good idea. But we're going to give you breakfast, lunch, and dinner. That's included in the camp for the 3 days. Morning devotional time before you start your day off after breakfast. Once we get done with the curriculum at night, dinner, going to go through it again, okay? So on the next part, our registration form, all right? It's really basic, and what it does, basic student information, male, female, it's the only 2 choices you got in my world, okay? We will most likely schedule classes according to registrant. So this is what we call a registration application, okay? What I mean by that, we do 6 kids per camp, per session, all right? I'd like to do it for a full-time job, but I only have so much time. And I don't think that many kids want to spend that much time with me anyway. Ask my son. But what we're going to do is we're going to collect the information. We're going to try to group the kids according to, number 1, skill level. We got kids that have never been exposed to a demolition derby car that are going to start. Or, previous kids that have competed, maybe previous kids that have won. Or if we feel that, we don't need you because you've won too much already, Scotty Jr., maybe we'll just send your application back. No, but the good part is you'll be paired in a group that's going to help you learn best, from our opinion, okay? Parents will drop you off. We're responsible for you for 3 days. There's some information in here that the parents and guardians will have to fill out. There's also a section on here for medical information that we need to know. There's also another backside to this that, if you have any special dietary needs or any medication, obviously we have to go through that. And just so everybody knows, according to the state of Pennsylvania, every adult that works with the youth, we have to go through certain things such as criminal background checks, etc. Just about like anybody else. So anybody like myself, my wife, or anybody assisting with the school will have had that done, and that is readily available at anybody's request, okay? So moving on to that, the other thing is you'll be asked to sign a basic waiver because anybody who ever competes in a demolition derby, the one thing you have to do is get that wristband and sign that line, okay? One thing to make the parents feel more comfortable, during any on-track operation with these kids in cars, there will be somebody in the car with them, okay? Just like you're going to be in most youth shows. And we also have a safety crew to oversee things. This is not a full contact curriculum, okay? You're going to be in the cars basically learning what we teach you, all right? No matter how bad you hate the kid in the camp with you, you're not allowed to hit them unless I tell you. But our goal is to teach you how to operate these cars, how to control these cars, and how to do it in an accurate and safe manner, okay? So once you fill that out and all the fine print, we get you signed up. Okay, we'll give you a basic camp list that'll say this is what you should bring to camp, what you should not bring to camp, all right? And I will tell you this, you're not going to sleep in those 3 days. If you want to sleep in, it's not the place to be. Days are too valuable. You're there to learn. Your parents' hard-earned money. You can't sleep in them?
Yeah, I can't because I don't want to.
Okay. So more or less, this gives you basically some basic things you'll need to bring to camp. Our cabins, we have 3 of them. They're a prefab rustic cabin. They're finished off with shiplap inside, vinyl flooring. We're either going to have bunk beds in them or double beds. The cabins are in place. We have an external shower house that is divided into 2 stalls. So you have 1 shower, 1 bathroom. The other side's 1 shower, 1 bathroom. Okay. We are going to prefer, if we get female students, we're we're gonna try to group them together in one class, okay? So, and my wife will be responsible for that entire program. I'm kidding. But anyway, what you might want to leave at home, it tells you basically like any laptops or games, this weekend is not about anything but learning what we can teach you.
Because
Okay.
Bonnie always brings her tablet.
Always brings her tablet, huh?
Like
So,
today.
okay. What we mean by that is when we wear you out, you're going to be so tired, you're just going to want to go to bed and wake up and do it again. So, but this will give you a quick rundown. If you want more information about it, you can contact us via messenger. You can call our phone number, or we will have this information on the website very soon. And what we'll do is, once you fill out the registration application and get it to us, we're going to schedule the camp. And like I said, we have limited camps, so it is going to be limited availability. So I'm going to suggest, if you want to get a head start, get your application in, because there's a real good opportunity. If you wait, we're not going to have any availability into the fall. We've been getting a lot of inquiries and a lot of people wanting to get this signed up. Like I said, and unfortunately, I can't do it every week. That might change down the road, but for right now, it's what we can do to start. All right. Anybody have any questions about anything I covered so far? None? Okay. So, it's for what we're going to offer. We're packaging this three-day camp for $695, which if you show up any kind of football camps or anything like that, we were actually quite surprised at what we've seen, some of the costs of stuff out there. I mean, it's been a long time since we had kids in, the middle school, elementary, and participating in sports, but to see some of the price tags we've seen on 3-day, week-long courses, whether it be rodeo or football or some stuff with some pretty amazing numbers. So our goal is to keep this as affordable to cover our ability to provide this. So, all right. So that's it in a nutshell. And if you got any questions, like I said, just get a hold of us. It'll be a fun time. And we also do schedule private sessions. So if there's some reason the kid's uncomfortable with being in a crowd, you call us. And we also had some people reach out to us that were outside of the age of what we consider children, okay? Young adults that were like, hey, we've never ran in a derby car and we're thinking about doing it, but they're either a little timid or, they just don't know what to do. So, or if you have somebody that just needs a little extra training, bring them over. I mean, we got the facility. We'll spend the time. We can custom tailor a course to it and get them trained up. Because at the end of the day, I think this is something everybody ought to try. So, other than that, we appreciate your time. We're definitely loving having everybody under the roof, so spread the word, get us some applications, and we'll start scheduling some classes.